Good morning. How you doing today? Good? That's good. Me? Well, I'm blessed, not stressed. What's today's topic going to be? Well, today's topic is going to be found in Psalm 119, verse 114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Now, what does this mean? Well, in the first part, it states that thou art my hiding place and my shield. Now, in times of trouble, especially when you were a kid, you tend to go and hide somewhere, right? You went somewhere that was away from the problems, away from the triggers, away from the anxiety, away, just in a safe space. Now, he's also described as our shield. Now, I don't think many of you have exactly used a literal shield, but a shield is used for defense, right? Back in the day, they used to use swords and shields, and there used to be bows and arrows and all that stuff, right? But a shield was exclusively used for defense against the attacks of the enemy, right? And the latter part of this verse, I hope in thy word. In other words, we are fully trusting him. We are fully surrendering to him each and every day. By acknowledging that, we can't do this on our own. We don't have the strength, Each day we're to put on the full armor of God before, stepping out the door. Because once you leave the door of your house, whether it be your apartment, anything, you will be faced with spiritual battles. I'm not saying that you can't be tempted in your own house, but I just know that in this world, sin is promoted and lies are promoted as truth. And in a world where lies are promoted as truth and truth is promoted as lies, you know that God is, probably not happy with those people. No. However, we are to love the sinner, but not the sin. In other words, there's a limit to how tolerant we should be of this stuff. In other words, I'm not saying to go around hating people. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to show true love is, to apply correction. And, you tell people what's wrong and why it's wrong and what they can do instead. That's loving correction. But if you just hate somebody, you'll just say, well, you're wrong, and not really give them a reason why or a way to fix it. And honestly, most of the time where people get offended is that they hear that something's wrong, but you don't give a valid reason why or what to do to fix it. Because if I was wrong, I would want to know why I was wrong and how I can fix it so, I can be right. Not for my sake, but, we are representatives of him as his adopted children, right? And I wouldn't want to represent him poorly. So, again, no one's perfect, and there are going to be times where we are wrong, but it is not an excuse to be wrong, right? Which is why we are to delve into his word, to go into the hiding place, the secret place, spend time behind the shield and with him in his presence. And we're to hope in his word, spend time in his word, seek him in his word. When you open the word, he opens his mouth. For the word is the word of God, right? And I like thinking of the hiding place and the secret place. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. The enemy does not like when we go into the secret place, but I couldn't care less what he thinks. I only care what God thinks. For the enemy does not decide what to do with me. Only God does. For God is the one who created me, and God is the only perfect being that can judge. For he judges righteously. He is righteous in all his ways. Now I ask you today, do you know your hiding place and your shield? Do you hope in his word? I hope so.